I need white people to really understand the construction of impoverishment and dependency as well. My ancestors were brutalized and worked for generations, our entire bloodline being possessed, owned by white people. At the time of legal emancipation of Black peoples, there was no remuneration, there was no reparation, there were no material supports provided.
Right.
And guess what happened? A new category of dependency arises. And what do you know? The people in power, white men and women, decided that that group of dependent people were also not deserving of anything. So I tell people what the United States is very good at is requiring that people have access to things and depriving whole swaths of people of those things, whether we're talking about safety, food, family, right? What do they call it? Neutral nuclear family and all this. Y'all still separate in families. We got all sorts of institutionalization, incarceration. And then we say, oh, but those groups that have been made dependent because of deprivation and violence for generations, made disabled, right? Because we know that deprivation and oppression is a cause of disability, which is why you will find more disabled people in Black, low income, queer, and other marginalized communities, because y'all have worked us to death, because we're anxious to death for our kids dying by the hands of all sorts of systems, because we're living in asthma and cancer alley. These are disability issues. Most of the people killed by law enforcement, of the names that we know, they're disabled folks because they live at the margins of the margins. It's very hard in the US context to be Black, queer, houseless, incarcerated, name them, woman even, and not have a disability because of how we're treated